Oh, yes. Good evening, y'all. I'm doing something different tonight. We're going to have a good old fashioned chit chat. I'm going to try to bring up my StreamYard. Well, the StreamYard is up, but I'm going to try to bring you guys up tonight to talk about things that really bug us. Or it doesn't have to bug you, it could be something that you want to discuss uh, about world politics, views, different things, different cultures, different ideas. And I also want to get some ideas from you guys on should I have a show like this every once in a while, because you know I love doing my music. And let me get on by saying hello to everyone. To Miss Miguel Wallace, one of my moderators. Welcome. Thank you. Well. How have you been there? Just read my book. Haven't seen you in a while. Yes, I have. Let me quit it. Human hysteria. Good afternoon. Good evening, dear. Yes, this is going to be a show where I try to bring up people and discuss things that they want to talk about. How, long as it isn't too outlandish, too out crazy. We'll discuss things that has been going on. If you want to talk about it on YouTube, we'll discuss it. But I want you to know that let me put up my banner, y'all. I got a banner. I got something here that I want you to know. Oh, yes, y'all. The expressions here are not those of the host. So you guys are going to have it tonight. This is your platform. This is your way to get little things off your chest and be the best. Hey, let's not cuss. Let's not argue. We don't do that when I'm playing music. So let's not do that while we're here trying to make conversation. Because there's such a thing as conversation. Let's have conversation. So, with that being said, I want to welcome you all to my first night. Well, really second night of Let's Talk. I did a Let's Talk before, and it didn't really go over too good. Yes. Okay, there, Karen Spencer. How are you, dear? Great to see you. Great to see people. I mean, if we got things that Candy Kane, hello, dear. How are you doing? Yes, I wanted to try to make this a night where we could sit up and come up and say things without acting crazy, losing our minds. And because things have been going on with me for the last month or so with YouTube and listening to people and deaths that's been all around me. I've lost some people on here and in real life that has affected me. And it makes me wonder, should I continue on doing what I'm doing, or should I just sit my butt down and become an old man? Well, hey there, Watermelon Sugar. How you doing, dear? I'm trying to catch people as they go. My chat is slow right now. I guess because I'm talking and I'm not really paying attention to the board, which I should be doing, helping greeting my people up in there. But like I said, I got a link. I'm going to try to invite my guest. You know, I'll drop the link and you can come up here and talk and get together people and we can talk about what's going on in your life far as happiness, sadness, joy, and even some things that have made you angry, even by listening to the news. There's a lot of things we can discuss without being in being at each other's throats. Okay. So with that said, I'm gonna copy my link and I am going to go ahead. Let me see how we do this. Okay, post a comment. There is the link. And boom, I sent it up to you guys. Yeah. Well, like I said, there's been a lot of things that's going on with me and myself and I. So I have no regrets about living my 72 years. I have no regrets about meeting all these wonderful and fine people that I have on YouTube. And it just gets to be crazy sometimes. It just gets to be crazy. Don't you dare keep doing what you're doing. Okay. I guess that goes with the music part too. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna definitely keep doing what I'm doing with the music and all. I'm definitely gonna keep doing what I'm doing with the music. Uh, but there are times when I need to talk to you guys and find out how you feel about certain things and what should I be not doing here on YouTube. That was a mistake. Okay, okay, okay. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, okay. She's gonna. No, I don't need a welfare check. No. Oh, boy. Okay, let me get in here. I just seen that. I see. I've been trying to get things done, and booyah. Okay, there you go. See, there's another thing. My my idea of having moderators for me when I first started out having a moderator, I wasn't going to do. Everybody know I wasn't going to do this crap on YouTube. I wasn't planning on being a content creator. But then I thought about the things that I've been on here doing and saying, well, why not do something to make people happy, to make people. Don't get the arguing and fighting over a doggone wrench. That's my point right there. We know what wrenches are for. We know what wrenches do. And yeah, it's like wearing a badge of honor. Um, I like I said, when I come up here with my music, I just ask people to be respectful. But I see tonight is going to be a little bit crazy there. Hi, Kimberly. Uh, but no, you guys, I did drop the link, and if you want to come up, then I'll do it again. And you know, just like uh just like before. All I can say, I just messed this up. I'll just I'll just put this up in here for right now. I put that up in there for right now. Scratch the back. What does that mean? Is that Hewitt Hysteria? Thank you, thank you. I'll. You know what? I'm thinking how I should how I should do this. I'm gonna get my guests up in here again. I'm gonna invite guests. I did that wrong. I got ahead of myself. Okay, and here I go. And there it is again. So I'm just looking to see. It'll tell me when somebody pops up, I guess, hopefully. Scratch the beep. Oh my goodness. Somebody needs to tell me what's going on, what's going on. But like I said, I got off a key. I got off a thought right train of thought right quick, which is easy to do. But I have had people, write me in my comment section, also telling me about my shorts that I do and how they love those and where I live at. I'm not ashamed to talk about that or afraid at my age. Who's going to come visit me? Hell, I tell people where I live at. I'm in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. I just don't give out my address. That's all. But I love doing those kind of shorts. I love doing those things, and also, like I said, coming up playing you guys some music at times. You know, so yeah. Oh, okay. I got somebody in the background here. I got some people. Oh, I got two people up here. Okay, let me go ahead and get them up. Hello, watermelon sugar. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you real well, dear. Let me get the other person up.
Hello, how are you all? Hi, Watermelon Sugar Sis. Hey,
Hey,
Mr. William,
sis,
how
how
are
are
you?
you?
Just fine, Miguel. How are you doing? My
All
two
right.
moderators, y'all. My two beautiful moderators. See, that's where I get myself in trouble here.
I just, you know what? Let me just make mine a little quick and sweet. I just wanted to check on you, make sure you were okay, and continue to do what you're doing, Mr. William. You better not go nowhere because you already know. If I got to corral all the ladies together to come for you, it ain't gonna be nothing nice.
You think?
Don't do it. Don't try us. 'Cause as much as you love us, we love you right back. Don't you do it.
Okay, I understand where you're coming from, but there's
Because we'll
also
come for you.
I know, but there are things in my life that I have to. I'm not leaving per se right now. If I can get this person to understand that what I do is just like a hobby for me and nobody's coming to visit, nobody, I'm not flying nowhere to visit nobody and all that kind of crazy stuff. When it gets a little bit personal, you know how things get personal in your life, but you don't want to talk about it, but you try to
Yeah.
work it out one way or the other. But no, I'm not going to leave because right now I'm happy. I'm in a good place right now where I'm at. And the only thing I have to do is let them realize, hey, either you can be happy with me or you can just leave it alone. That's what I'm trying to do
Okay.
without.
What's okay? So too, I'm just gonna speak to whoever you're is in your life. We are no threat. Okay. We love Mr. William Down, but we are no threat. Be happy and live life. Laugh with us, chill with us, hang with us, groove with us. We are no threat whatsoever to your happiness. The only person that can get in the way of your happiness is you. So we are not a threat in
Yeah.
any way, shape, or form.
See, I've been trying to keep my personal life off of YouTube. You know this, but it seems
Right.
like
I
every
get it.
time,
I get it.
yeah, yeah. But like I said, I do love everybody. I got over 900 subscribers right now. And what would I do just by jumping off of here and leaving? I would disappoint myself for one. I'm going to say that because this is what I love to do. I love to play my music, even though sometimes it gets shut off and, or people say that they own the copyright to this certain song. But I just want to be somewhere where people can come and forget about all the shit that goes on YouTube at times. Because I listen to it, yeah, but do I have my commentary on it? Yes, I do, but I don't want to get out there anymore and do all that.
Life out, right?
Mhm.
Well, I understand, and doing what you love sometimes can be a little sticky when it interferes with real life, you know, and it can not necessarily interferes but crosses over into your real life, I should
Right, it
say.
crosses over. It does.
Right.
And a lot of people on here on YouTube, I have watched their lives being crossed over just because, even with the doxing bull crap that goes on.
Yeah.
That's why I came up here when I first came to YouTube. I came on live. I didn't come up as a avatar. I didn't put another picture of anything up. I was me. What you see is what you got. So, and if I'm willing to tell you certain tidbits, don't go in there and try to pull up everything that you can find out about me. And then when you get mad at me, then you want to spread it all over creation, you know. Uh, And like I say, at my age, I really the past doesn't hurt me as much as the present and the future what might bring to me. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
Well,
I just wanted to make sure you didn't get into too much trouble about the other day. So
Oh no! You know what? That other day was enjoyable. I mean, it
I had a ball.
we did. That's what I'm saying. People can't realize and see everybody's talking about, well, you're a manly man. Well, yeah, I'm a manly man, but I like to have fun too. And I've been teasing with the ladies all my life. So that doesn't mean I'm a pimp or a, I'm not. And like I'm not a pimp. I mean, let's face it. I'm an old guy that likes to have fun. I've been having fun since I found out that my voice could bring joy to some people. And well, plus a little other things too.
Oh,
But
yo.
I like making them wet. So but
Oh,
now I'll just
all
get
right,
it
well,
out
that's
there.
my exit. I'm gonna be in the chat. I'm gonna be in the
But no, I have a lot of fun. And Miguel, I want to thank you again for being my first moderator. My second moderator is well, it's Natasha, and from day one, you've been there, and she's been there, and now with all the other moderators coming along, it's like, okay, what are you doing? You're popular. You're all this. No, I'm not. I'm just a man on YouTube. That's all I'm saying. But do you have any? Look at her hysteria. She's going. Pinky Ring and Stacey Adams. Go. Okay, just read my book. What? I just read my book. That's another lady too that I've grown to. Like I say, I tell everybody I love them. Yeah, I love them, but there's love to where you want to see someone. They're always happy. They can always start a bull crap with you. Hello, Alfreda, Grandma. How you doing, baby? That's another lady that's on that I have. Boy, if I went into my subscription channel, holy smoly, I'd be here all night if I named everybody off that I looked at on YouTube and talked to on YouTube. Yes, yes. But like I said, life is too short. Life is too short to sit around and worry about who's thinking what and who's doing what to who. I'm just going to continue being myself here on YouTube, playing my music, trying to make people happy and forget about the stuff on YouTube. So if I'm
well,
guilty, if I'm
I'm
guilty of
basically
that,
here as a support system. That's why I came up. I'm
well,
here as a support system.
mhm.
And it's like, I enjoy, being over here on your channel because, it gives me another place to go.
Hmm.
And and I feel comfortable over here. So that's basically I'm up here to, be a support system to you tonight. So
All right, thank you, thank you. But like I said, it's a lot of fun when I feel we have somewhere to go and people aren't cussing at each other, calling CPS, or doing the things that make other people's lives miserable. And then we get so wound up in it that we forget how to relax. And that's what I want this to be. I want it to be a place to relax and everything. If everybody notices my avatar, it's the train up here. And I tell people when I come on, you see that train, it's talk time. Let's don't be afraid to click the link and talk about things and have some fun with each other. I will admit now I'm getting ready to do some music later on tonight, but I'm gonna be nosy and let me. I'm giving people a plug. He might be on already, but tonight is Lemon's birthday, ladies. So if y'all could go over there and wish Lemon a happy birthday, which I know many of them are, you know, I'll be dropping down into the platform, saying hello to Lemon, which is on Sir King's platform. And you guys know about the history between me and Sir King and all that. But like I said, I'm getting too old to argue with people and fight and fuss, and I just want to live. I just want to live, as that old song say, live, live, live until I die, y'all, and make y'all happy. And if it means that some woman falls in love with me because of my voice, so be it. That to me, that's a God gift. If I got God's gift, then nobody can take it away from me. And they haven't. I've had this voice since I've been telling people I was 16 years old. I started out around people, and then I met this young guy, Curtis Butler. Curtis, not Butler, but yeah, his last name was Butler, Kurt Butler, and he had a place called Curtis's Place, and it was in the country. So back then, kids weren't. I would say they weren't harassed when they go out around grown people. If they go to a bar, the parents brought their kids to the bar. The kids would be outside on the lot playing or something like that. Like I said, when I say country, it is country. But he hired me to play music in his place. And hell, what can I say? It's history from there. Because with him, I learned a lot about life. I saw people in the outside atmosphere of the world, doing things, and men how they treated women and women how they treated men now. Because let's face it, it's a two-way street. It's not just one way. So I thank God now that I'm older for this voice, even though it might sound raspier and deeper and all that crazy stuff. But it got me to where I am today, and with my jobs, with the like I said, the people that I've met in life and everything else. So never be ashamed. That's another thing. Never be ashamed of yourself, your voice, no matter. It doesn't have to be your voice, your looks, your size, your weight. You know. Hi, Regina M. Now, well, red balling, that'll be sweet too. But, never be ashamed of yourself growing up. And as you get older and you learn more things and appreciate more things, because half of my audience on here, I know they're like, I would say at least 30 years younger than I am. Now, I'm not talking about Miss Bless Watkins because Miss Bless Watkins is there with me too, because we can probably get on a chat, boy, and talk about some stuff from the old days. But yeah, I realize a lot of people on here are younger than I am. Ideas have changed. People change along with the centuries and years, but like I said, this tonight is for you guys. Oh, somebody's back there. Let me see who it is. Wasn't paying attention. Oh, it's my, oh, hi, sweetie. I gotta bring her up.
Hi,
Hi, grandma.
hi. It's the great grandma.
Great
Hi,
grand.
great
Oh,
grandma. How are
well, great
you?
grandma, you talking to a great grandpa too, so we know that.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hello. I just wanted to say hi to everyone. I'm really like, it's late. It's time for me to go to bed. Almost.
No, don't say that.
Yeah. How's the Gail and my everybody?
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Love you, mama.
Love you too.
Yes, you know how I feel about you. All them short. All right now. See, that's what that gets me in trouble when you do that.
Don't get in trouble.
Well, it's a good thing they can't see my face right now. Mm.
What's trouble?
So, yes, baby. Mm,
Okay.
mm, mm,
And
mm.
that's all. I'm going to
Well,
jump back down.
I thank you for coming up. I love you so much. Your
I
little
love you
shorts
too.
and clips about us old people and how they treat us,
I know.
man.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess. See, 70 is, I don't know what that is. You can say what you want when you're 70. That's what I do.
Well, well, it's 72. I try not to say what I want to say because that'll get me in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, being a man will get me in a lot of trouble because if you notice, I try to stay out of the women's arguments.
Yeah, I hear you say that sometimes, but then, sometimes you.
Well, sometimes I get called into them though, but
Okay. Well, I'm going to drop that down.
all right. Well, thank you so much, darling, and glad to see your beautiful face.
Thank
Really
you,
glad.
everybody. Bye.
Alrighty, love you.
Love you
Love you.
too. Bye. How did I get off of here?
Do you want me to take you out or
Oh, press leave.
fresh leave? There you go.
Okay.
It was
Yeah.
good to see her.
Yes, it was. And people, please subscribe to her channel. Oh, here I go advertising for folks. I don't care. Subscribe to everybody's channel that you see up in here that are content creators. Alfreda Gross. Just read my book. Uh, Watermelon
Watermelon
Sugar.
sugar.
Even Boss Lady New Jersey. Which you guys, I got to confess, we had a 7 hour marathon. A seven. So with that being said, anybody anybody else with some words of wisdom for me so I know what not to do on here and what to do on here, you know.
I'm just going to say, just be yourself.
Okay.
Just be yourself. Be who you are.
Yep, we did turn it out, Watermelon Sugar. We turned it out. Oh, TC, don't forget TCB Queen, y'all. We turned it out. Oh my goodness, we had a ball. I can't believe those 7 hours. Mm-mm-mm. Oh well, things like that go along great. Yeah, if you guys want to see it, it's on Boss Lady New Jersey channel. So, and trust me, all the things that I said on there that night, I meant some of it. Most of it, I was being funny. Then some of it, let's just say I was intoxicated. That's when I do my that's when I do my best work when I'm intoxicated. But but no. Now let's talk about what on YouTube here. I had a thing. I had listened to Lovely Love, and everybody knows the conversation with Lovely Love and everybody else. I mean, well, not everybody else, but with Dovey and the things that happened. Uh, the only thing I want to say about that is I wish ladies that y'all would learn to be more tolerant. Yeah, yeah. Anybody's welcome to drop their link up there. Anybody. Be more tolerant of one another. Let's quit giving the white man a chance to keep saying that we're what we are. You know, we're animals, or we're crazy, or we're ignorant and stupid. You know, it hurt me to my heart to see that. It really did. It hurt me to my heart to see that and to hear it. But maybe you'll be able to work it out. Maybe you'll be able to work it out. Regina says, I still got a question to you, Mr. Carruthers, from Boss Lady New Jersey show. Oh, okay, Regina M. Go ahead, type it in the chat, or you're welcome to come up either way, dear. I mean, either way you want to. I'll just wait for her to type in the chat and I can see it. Yeah, Watermelon Sugar, thank you. You can drop everybody's link in there that I listen to and all that. Because, like I said, I'm subscribed to over, oh my God, I think it's well over 300 people. Do I listen to them all at one time? No, I don't. No, I don't. Do I have my favorites? To be honest with you, yes, I do. But I'm not going to say my favorites because the last time I done that, I got in trouble for it. So I've learned to be diplomatic, very diplomatic when it comes to YouTube. Now, I can tell you, though, one thing, folks, about content that I love content. What type of content? I love informative, something that's going to make my ears perk up, something that's going to make me say, what did they say? Or, I love talking about, well, not talking, but listening about politics, movies. I really thought about doing movie reviews because, and I'm like some content creators on here, I am a horror fan nut. I like horror movies, if that's that sci-fi and all that good stuff. Nah, oh, Regina say, nah, I'll wait. Okay, dear. So it must be something very interesting. You're gonna wait on me. Okay. But like I said, the things that I like to do, as far as movies go, I like a good comedy, and I also like drama. I like those movies that'll make me, as a grown man, cry. So don't sit up there and think that I can't sit up and watch Brian's song without a tear falling, or even Lady Sings the Blues when what's his name dies. And I do have emotions, feelings, and yeah, I do cry at certain movies. I cry about certain things. You like Alfreda likes comedy? Yeah, I like a good comedy once in a while, dear. I really do. I love a good comedy, something that'll make me laugh. But just like I realized as I got older, and the fairy tales don't come true because there's no such thing as happily ever after. You know, uh, even after you get married, the white picket fence and all that. It might sound like nice and good, but they never tell you about the bills, the children coming along. Regina, you're a sci-fi fan? Okay, okay. Uh, are you? Have you been watching the new She-Hulk movie? Hello, Gerald Bell. Good evening to you, sir. This isn't music tonight. This is talk, chit, chat, and we're doing what we want to do. Okay, watermelon sugar. Uh, I just wanted to know, have she seen the She-Hulk movie? Well, it's not a movie; it's a series that's on Disney Plus. I've seen the first part of it. It's sort of, to me, it's kind of comical when she finds out she turns into the She-Hulk. But it's I'm going to be hooked on that too for a few. And I do my binge watching of movies. I did a binge watching of Shameless, which after I looked at it, I said, "Oh my goodness, dysfunctionality all the way around." That story is really, as they say, shameless. Sci-fi. Sci-fi scares that. Well, see, you need a big, strong man to hold you while you're watching those sci-fi movies. Here I go, gonna get in trouble. But no, but then I do love. There's one series, and I'll be glad when season 2 starts, and that's my boy. The Dial Chucky.
Oh yeah, child. I
S-
mean,
Child's Play season
yeah,
2. Yeah, the Child's Play series when it comes out. I really want to watch that.
I do too, because I really enjoyed the first season of it.
Okay.
I
Uh,
didn't think I was. I thought I was gonna be scared, but I really did enjoy it though.
mhm. Shameless is streaming on Netflix, I do believe. Let me double check my set here. Shameless is on Netflix. I have 103 apps in my set, y'all, in my TV, including YouTube. But I believe that, yeah, Shameless is on Netflix. It's streaming on Netflix.
And Chucky is on Peacock.
And Chucky is on the Peacock channel, along with Firestarter, the new Firestarter. Uh, Peacock has a lot of good stuff in it too. Um, but I get mine all free, folks. So except for the Netflix, everything I have in the app department is free. I can go back and see the old westerns. Me and Boss Lady talked about that a while back. How to get the apps and what the old shows you can watch for free, like Marshall Dillon and Petticoat Junctions and all those good things. Yes. But like I said, if people want to sit around and come up and say something, then I'm glad. I'm glad to listen to you and hear your opinions about things that go on YouTube. If not on YouTube, with everyday life, everyday life that goes on. Yeah. Oh, you like Firestarter. Candy Cane, you seen the new Firestarter, I guess. I reckon. That is outstanding. That new Firestarter. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That new Firestarter is good. And I also see what I do though, comparisons when I go back and watch something new that came out back when I was coming up. I'll go back and watch the old one first, and then I'll look at the new one and see how much it is together. Yeah, to see how much it is together. So the new Firestarter, I was completely 100% satisfied with it.
Yeah, I
I
like
mean, there's
I watched both of them too. I watched the old one
oh,
and
you
then I
did
watched the new one.
new one. Oh, okay. Well, that's great. That's great. And everybody's trying to get me. I said I watched the first season. Now, don't get me wrong, folks. I watched the first season of P Valley, but I couldn't stay into it, wrapped up in it, because there's a lot of things that I had going through my mind about other things that I kind of got away from it. But I can guarantee you, I'm going to get back to the second season. I'll do some binge watching if necessary. Definitely. You backstage. Oops, I didn't see you. Uh-oh. Sorry about that. Here we go, y'all. Get ready, y'all.
Get ready for it. Hey, everybody.
Hello, how are
Hey,
you?
Miguel. I'm doing fine. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. I don't see you out and about much.
I move around.
I see you every now and again, but not as much as I used to. It might be me. I haven't been around as much, but I have. I don't see you as much as I used to.
Well, we don't see each other as much as we used to either.
I know. Well, there's a couple of channels that I stopped watching, but for the other ones that we do watch, I haven't seen you guys. I see you all the time, but yeah, not you. Mm-hmm.
Well, like I tell people, it's their choice to go where they want to do and do what they want to do.
Oh, of course.
I don't. Hey, I'm not the one to sit up and tell people where to go, who to see, how to see, and what to see.
Well,
No.
no, nobody. Well, I would think nobody does. That's so crazy to me. When I hear that, I actually laugh every time, like I've just heard it. Because how can you tell me I saw you in so and so's chat? Why were you over there? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And I go to certain chats now because I'm at the point of my life where I want to let people know, hey, it's not all about beefing all the time. I can come in there and say something to you decent. I can come up there and give my opinion on something. And hey, if we disagree, that's fine. I'm not going to get mad and call you a bunch of SOBs or all that kind of stuff. Anyway, you have a right to your opinion. You see what I'm saying? So I honor that. Oh, she got the ponytails in.
She got the ponytails in.
I got them all wrapped up.
Okay.
There's about, I don't know, 15, 20 of them, and I got them all bound together. So
looking beautiful as usual, and with those dimples,
looking like Miss Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
That's your new name. That's your new name. Just read my book for me, Miss Patty.
I guess it must be a compliment, so I'm gonna take it. I will take it.
Well, Patty was a beautiful lady. Now, Patty was beautiful. Hello, TC. How you doing, sweetheart?
I just saw Patty a couple of weeks ago on Drink Champs with her. Now she went, she was Auburn, so I bought an Auburn wig, and she switched it up on me and went blonde. Now,
now you got to go get a blonde wig now.
I'm not that bold. I am not that bold. Do you know what it took for me to do that, Auburn?
What?
Why?
Blonde?
What's wrong with blonde?
Well, as they say, black goes with anything.
I'm not that, but I don't think it's complimentary to me.
Why not?
Because I don't think it is. I just don't think it is. I don't see myself in it.
No.
Well, let other people see you and no, don't do that. Never mind. Don't do that.
I don't like it. I'm not going to carry it well.
Okay.
I have to like it to carry it well.
Well,
you have to like it to be confident about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it does. It takes a certain amount of confidence. It takes a certain amount of loving yourself. Because hell, I feel I look good in a pair of raggedy blue jeans, even with my little old wrinkled up knees and all.
I look good in raggedy blue jeans, but not with a blonde wig. Not with a blonde wig. No.
Well, no. I don't think I look good in a blonde wig either.
Well, now see, maybe if you got the right tone, don't go platinum. Go yellow blonde. No, don't go blonde. Go blue.
Not me. Oh no. What am I? Oh no. I'm not wearing. People, let it be known, I'm not wearing any wigs in my lifetime.
You know they will take that and say, "Ooh," and he was over there with his blonde wig.
No.
He even knew what shade. He knew what shade.
Put it this way: I'd rather look like Isaac Hayes than to put a wig on.
I'd rather you look like Isaac Hayes, that hot butter soul. Okay.
Thank you, dear. Like I was telling people before, it's amazing how people can become attracted to a person and never ever seen them before in their lives. But what I was saying is, when I first came here on YouTube, what you saw,
it really is. Your initial attraction is visual. Now, after that, it's what the person is and who they are that draw you to them. But nothing, you've never walked in the room and said, man, she's got a fantastic, brilliant mind. You walk into a room and say, look at that rack. Look at that boom. So initial
well,
attraction is visual, it's
well,
physical.
yeah, it's just visual, but
Yeah.
then, like you said, once if that person speaks and something comes out like,
That's when you go.
that's when you back up, you know. But no, I think that we as black folks, we all have our own vocals and we all speak differently. There's different tones. I love a southern drawl. I love a California girl with that Hollywood type speaking. The East Coast women, they have that roughness in them. You know what I'm saying? So women are versatile. You know, that's my candy shop. You know, but like my significant other would tell me, you look at the menu long as your ass don't order from it. So, and that's what it is. Speaking of which, ladies, how would you feel if you knew that your man was so attracted by, just say, this YouTube phenomenon? Would you go for it, or would you kind of tap him on the shoulder and say, "Hey, slow your ass down"?
When you say YouTube phenomenon, what exactly you be more specific?
Well, being a phenomenon on YouTube to them is that, yeah, you got a lot of people following you. You got a lot of this and a lot of that. You're a YouTube star. No, I'm not a YouTube star. You're just looking at what you see up there. You're not listening to what I'm saying or what I'm doing. You're looking at the chat. Yeah, some people up there that say they love me, they all this good stuff, but it doesn't mean that I'm hooking up with everybody. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, because now we are engaged, don't you?
Yeah, well, and we're engaging right now, and so I'll tell you, I've never said that was an issue, but it can be, because especially when people know or think they know, some people just thrive on being able to get in there and say, "Oh, really? Well, let me see what I can do." So I can say, "Well, she DM'd me. Well, he was trying to get my pictures." You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So that's the main thing. That's what someone may be talking about.
And you know what? I love it though. I love the mystique. I love the mysterious about it. Let them keep guessing. You know, that's
And
another
that
thing.
is good. Yeah.
That's a good. See, this is like a good murder mystery. Who's gonna solve it first?
Child, Mrs. Peacock in the parlor with the candlestick.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Mhm. Let me look at my chat here and see what they're.
Hey, booby. Hey, sweetie boo.
Thank you, TC. uh,
Got my sugar
Hysteria.
foot. You want to say hello? Say hello. And then you got to get down now. What you doing up here?
Who is that?
Sugarfoot.
Two-legged or four-legged?
Four.
Hey, I'm just trying to start some YouTube stuff here.
I didn't say Jody. I said Sugarfoot.
Oh, doggone well, if you had said Jody, it'd have been a problem, dude.
Hey, Tyrone.
Yeah.
Tyrone. I can't fool with the Tyrone. Now, Rufus.
Oh, Rufus.
Well, she went behind me. Now she's on
Miss
the other
Brown
side.
Baby's here. Hey, Miss Brown Baby, dear, how you doing, honey?
Hi, Miss Brown Baby.
Yeah,
I see you, TC. TC, no, Sugarfoot is crazy.
Oh.
Lord.
Yeah. Okay, let me get your opinion on this, dear. What do you think about all the drama that's going on today?
In the world or the YouTube world?
We talking about all my YouTube. Right now, we're going to talk about all my YouTube, or as a YouTube turns, or one YouTube to live.
Look, I will answer any question you ask me, but you must ask a question.
I must ask.
Not a blanket, not a general. Give me something to work with, because I have an opinion on everything I've seen. So which would you like to know?
She's like, what do you want me to start it?
Okay. Now, without getting the Dobie and Lovely Love situation.
Yeah. Okay.
That's calling the police, calling the popo.
All right. Absolutely ridiculous. As the police officer said, she was an idiot. And I heard him say it. But what gets me is how ridiculous. Excuse me. Is how well, damn. Y'all see this? She just got right in front. Can you move, please?
You said, look, I heard my name.
Didn't she? And she's right in front there. Okay, so she's pushing my arm, y'all. I'm serious. I'm trying to move out of the way, and she's pushing me. So what got me even more is that after that happened, that Lovely went back online.
I know.
Yes, and continued. And then even her own people, with people who liked her and people who didn't like her, were telling her, "Girl, shut up."
Right. I want yourself. See, that's what I'm saying. With stuff like that, I felt like I should have jumped right in there and said, "Are you really that?" No, but see, then I'd have been accused. I felt I'd have been accused of jumping a woman, getting on. But it hurt me to see that the police were actually involved. You heard them on the video and all that stuff. It's crazy.
And look, how about when she was on the phone, when the police called her?
Yeah.
Did you hear that fool try and argue with she and try and explain away her reasoning for what she did? Mm-hmm, like she could out talk or fast talk the police officer? Like he doesn't see this bullshit every day.
Yes.
Maybe not in the YouTube world, but they go to disputes and things like that all the time.
But see, like Regina said, YouTube would not be an issue as if it is a part of the social media platform. As with many things, it's needed to be used. It needs to be moderated. You know what I'm saying? Things need to be moderated. And I got a feeling down the road, down the line, they are going to moderate what people say, what they do, how they act, because they already gotten different laws on the books.
It's already been done. To be honest with you, it's already been done, but you have to realize how many people you cannot numerate how many people are on YouTube, because there's not just YouTube US. You have YouTube CA, you have YouTube UK, there's so, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I say international, it's international. And when you have people on here doing stuff, there are rules set in place, but there's not enough people to actually monitor that. So what they do is wait until they get complaints. And then what they do
is something's going to hit them in their pocket. Some shit's going to hit them in their pocket, and then boom, before you know it.
But they find a way to circumvent that, because Google has much more money than the average Joe, so they can fix that. But here's my thing: once you start that ball rolling, you actually do damage to the majority of the people who are on. The majority of the people who are on here or on any other social media platforms are really just here to be entertained, to have some fun, give some fun. But you do have a corner of people who are malicious.
Yeah, and are miserable with this fails, right?
Yes.
And they will do anything.
And anything. And they don't have to have a reason. Some people thrive in chaos. I know people like that who have been part of my personal life. You know, my life off of YouTube. Who
Yeah, mine
thrive
too.
in chaos.
Yeah.
Huh?
They'll create shit and start shit and
They
act
can't
like they
stand
didn't do
peace.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, they can't stand peace. If things are going peacefully and everybody's happy and getting along, they can't take it. It's too calm and too peaceful. They need something to stir it up because they want to pump up whatever that adrenaline. They need that rush. And for them, that's how they get it. It's like any attention is good. It's got to be on me and it's got to be fervent.
Right.
You know, and that's chaotic. It's crazy.
But we have to learn, and I put myself in the perspective now to where this world belongs to the devil. So if
No,
it
it doesn't.
belongs,
Oh,
yes,
no,
it does. Yes,
No, it
it
doesn't.
does.
He gave it to us. Mm-mm.
Who got cast down to earth first?
We know who got cast down, but it
Okay,
does not
sweetheart.
belong to him. He allowed him a certain part, but he gave us dominion.
Yeah, he gave us dominion, but what
All
are we
right. So it
doing?
does not belong to him.
What are we doing with the dominion? What are we doing with it?
Tell you what I'm doing. I can't tell you what y'all are doing. Okay, I know what I'm doing.
Well, what I mean, what we're doing is like when you look at the world in general, all these wars and people walking around here homeless and parents
Oh,
and children killing each other and doing all this crazy stuff. And then the first thing we holler about is the demon in them. It's a demon. Well, okay, the demon is controlling the earth. It is his domain. It's his realm. And it's up to us if we want to separate that. Oh, I can stay away from a bad person. If I see you so evil until no.
Staying away from a bad person doesn't help. You have to do more than just stay away because you're only protecting yourself. You're not protecting others who might come across that bad person. You've got to do more. You put the spotlight on it.
So
now
when you now know that when you speak on something that everybody is in disagreement about, and everybody know that is wrong, you're the one that's wrong for speaking upon it. You see what I'm saying?
Look, excuse me. At my age, that certainly it's not a factor. So I know at your age it should be.
Hell no. At my age, the only thing that I want to do is well, never mind. Never mind.
So what?
Back to the subject.
So what?
Stay on thing.
I'm staying on. Hey, every once in a while you got to change up. Oh.
But now the thing is, and look, everybody does it. Everybody's not called to action. Everybody's not meant to do certain things. But I'm going to take this something that you mentioned, and I don't want to get biblical. So I'm going to one thing, and I will let it go. I'm only saying it because of something that you said.
Okay.
When you were talking about it, and you were talking about, all the poor people in the world and all the wars.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say something, and you guys take it the way you want. And I'm sorry, but you know what? Things like that are pretty much, if that's what you're praying about, it's waste of prayer. The Bible already says the poor will always be among us. And that's a true thing. So the best thing I can tell you to do is not be one of them.
Well,
now help those who are in need, because that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we are supposed to do, because they're always going to be among us. It's up to us to be benevolent in our actions. Okay.
And I do that every single day, believe it or not. I really do.
And that's our part to do. And everybody's not called to action on the same terms. So we
Yeah,
can't, just because somebody else is going to visit the sick and shut in doesn't make us bad people because we don't visit.
we
the
don't
sick
do
and
it.
shut in.
I
Right.
get your
We
philosophy
might
on
have
that.
something else. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get your philosophy on that.
Mhm.
I truly agree to that. But with me, it's like if I can't tell you I love you without somebody else over there getting pissed off about it, then what should I
I
say?
mean,
What should I
somebody
do?
no, what you say, and they just got to be pissed off. What is that? That's not your problem. That's theirs. They're the one that's pissed off. Why should that be
Hmm.
your problem? Because you love me, or you love Miguel, you love Miss Brown, baby, Alfreda Gross, Human Hysteria, Miss Brown,
Watermelon
baby,
sugar.
Gina M. Watermelon Sugar. I'm just trying to be TC Beautiful. I'm reading whatever I can read because I can't roll this chat up and down. But everybody in here, okay. So because you love all of us. Why is that you don't have a problem? Actually, you have a blessing because you love us.
Yeah, well,
So if somebody has a problem with you loving us, is the
right.
person who has the problem. That's their problem, not yours. So why you even care about what the hell they feel or think? Fuck them.
Well, I remember when I first started, boy, I got reviews that were so rough and tough on me. It got into my craw, because I'm
Yeah.
thinking I'm out here trying to do something with people to make them happy, joyous, and forget about shit. But then you still want to drag me into it with your commentary. And like I said, it was hard then. It was hard, but I've learned now that, like you said, everybody has a different calling. So if their calling is being evil, is being evil. Mine just trying to be good, have a few laughs, have a few giggles, and hey, make people think, yeah, he doing that. Well, if you think I'm doing it, okie dokie.
See, that's on you. That's your thoughts. I didn't tell you yay or nay. That's what you decided to take and run with. Now, whether or not I stopped you or allowed you, that's on you because I didn't give you anything to play with. That's what you chose to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
now,
I'm not a selfish type person. I'm not selfish. No, I'm not selfish at all.
I can pull you back and let you know, but here's my thing. If I've already seen your pattern of behavior and I already know how you're going to respond, I know how it's going to go, why should I even waste my time trying to let you know that?
Explain myself.
Yeah, why?
Why try even explaining yourself? Because they've already got in their mind that this is how they feel. So it's like, okay, I'm sitting here wasting my time getting my blood pressure, having diabetes because you got
the problem.
You got the issue.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No,
like and then I said, it's like you can't say. And then it's like once people get things in their minds, it's no way of trying to convince them otherwise. Anyway, there's no way of trying to convince them.
Right. So if you see me riding out on a white horse and the horse is really black, that's your opinion of it. So
yeah, that's your opinion.
Yeah. When I know,
even though you done seen the horse and the horse is black, in your mind it's white. So it's like you try to sit up here and try to convince them that horse was a
horse of another color.
Just got a video chat calling coming in, guys. Can you hold the fort down while I answer this?
Sure.
All right.
Miguel, this mess is so crazy. I mean, of course, whatever that is, that's someone else's issue. And I'm so glad that I learned it early. Now, to me, I thought that I learned it a little bit late in life, but looking around, I learned it earlier.
Yeah, because it's like if you started trying to please everybody, it never
happened.
And it's like the more you say something, it's like they can't get it. It's like they can't get it through their minds, through their heads and stuff. It's like, come on now.
Because they don't want to.
Yeah, they've already come to their own opinion.
Yeah, they've come to their own conclusion. That's what they want, and they don't want to hear anything different because that's what they want to stand on. You can give them all the proof in the world. They don't even want to hear it or see it because they want to stand on the bullshit they stand on. And that's what they're going to do. Back to this thing with Lovely Love. She's determined that she was justified in making a false report, which she refuses to admit that it was a false report. She will say, I did it because I was trying to get back at her. I did it to wake that bee up. I did it. But she will never say that she was wrong. And she will never say that she made a false report.
But she already has made a false report. I know,
But she won't admit to it.
but she doesn't see that that's what it was.
That's what. But here's the thing: she does see it. She's just not going to cop to it.
She's not going to accept it. She's not going to accept it.
She will not. She will refuse. She will not. She will fight to the death to say, "Well, I was right. I was right. I didn't do anything wrong." Well, what about that time she painted her toenails blue? Like that got shit to do with
the fact that you just called the popos and lied.
And they have you. They have your recording. See, y'all keep trying to. Well, not you. Everybody keeps trying to play W Short.
People think
Dubby kicking in your asses. She kicking up in the asses. Kaboom, 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 kaboom. And you look, and I don't care what anybody says. They talk about, oh, she was wrong for that. No, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
I'm back, y'all.
Oh, okay, you back. Oh Lord.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't that. It's somebody else here in town. We're making plans. They got the fair coming in, and they want me to. I'm not doing it though.
Oh,
I'm not doing it. But it was. Where was I at before I was so rudely interrupted?
Hold it. Wait a minute.
Yes.
Human hysteria. Coretta, who are you talking about? Coretta Scott King. I need to see the other chat. See, I'm looking at the StreamYard chat. It's nothing like the YouTube chat. Crap. I hate that. They need
what she was saying was she said Coretta had to share her man. It is a requirement for greatness.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
He had 15 women waiting on him.
I see what y'all talking about.
No. Okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone. I'm not even going there.
Well, wait a minute
you
now.
Know what? Because you know what? That was sarcasm. I love you. I'm gonna take it as passive aggressive sarcasm. That's what I'm gonna take it. I know you don't mean that, do you, baby? You don't mean that.
Well, what if you're talking
for a laughing emoji? She said. That still doesn't give me a yes or a no. I need a yes or a no. I need to know if I can. I see now. Here comes the love.
She said yes, ma'am. She said yes, ma'am. Now let y'all go there. But wait a minute. When I know I missed the conversation. I know I missed the chat. What is it about that you were saying with Martin Luther King and how famous and all this stuff?
Well, we weren't talking about him. I just happened to catch a comment in the chat that said Coretta had to share her man. It was a requirement for greatness. And I said, and no, and the hell no. Thank you for the smiley, the laugh. I needed that to know you were full of shit. Thank you. I mean, playing. I mean, playing. I'm sorry. I mean, playing, because that got to me. Because I'm telling you
let me ask this question. Do you think I mean shared?
You want to ask me that here like that?
Now, see, I was just asking a question.
You want to answer here like that? You know, you are being shared. You're being shared with the world, and we all are, and that's all right. Now, if we want to, or if we don't want to, it's how much you share or what you share that can make or break the difference between meaningful relationships. So
Right,
that's what
right.
that is. Yeah. It's what you share and how much you share. We all have to share. Listen, we have to we have to come in contact with people all day, every day. I tell you, there's been times where, especially when I've had issues going on where, certain health issues where maybe I might need to stay close to home, where I might not have left the house for 3 or 4 days at a time. But that doesn't mean I don't still have contact, even if I have Instacart come, even if I have my cleaning lady come, even if I have, the thing is, you have to come in contact with other people. And they may be male, they may be female, they may be old, they may be young. They
Okay.
may be transgender, they may be gay. You have to come in contact with other people. And if a
TC,
person
I got
can't
you.
deal with
Just hold
that,
on a minute. Let me get TC up here, y'all.
come on, baby. Yeah, if a person cannot deal with that, then they cannot deal with me. Now, for everybody, look, I can only speak for myself, but I'm telling you now, in my heydays, I was a social butterfly. Yes, I was, and I probably am that now. I'm talkative. I'm relatable. I'm easy to approach, and I know how to make an instant rapport. I really do. Maybe that comes from part of my career, but a lot of it is just my personality.
Mhm.
And so that's how I am. So you most of the time, people say opposites attract. That's bullshit. You attract like minds and like people. It is.
Yep.
You attract like
Yep.
minds and like people. Yeah. And so that's what I draw to me. Uh, and that's what I'm drawn to. So you've got to be a free thinker. If you are in the box, we're not going to have a whole lot going on.
Right.
We're
Right.
just not. We're not going to have a lot going on. And I'm not going to say I can't be friends with someone like that. I have a friend who is in a box and who has been in a box forever. And she will not leave that box. She's not going to leave that box. But she is still my friend and we're cool. But she's also that friend. Everybody's got that friend where you're friends and y'all can hang out, but at the house.
Hmm.
Okay. And she's my at the house. Now it can be my house or her house or cousin's house, but not in public. No, sir, no, ma'am. The hell to the no.
Well, hey,
Doesn't
welcome
mean
up,
I don't like her
TC,
love.
Hi,
daughter.
TC. How are you?
Beauty
Hello, Mr.
queen.
Carruthers, Miss Lisa Gale. Just read my book. I
How
just,
you
I
doing?
just, I just wanted to say I totally agree with it. Human hysteria on the comment that was made. I totally agree. Great people, and yeah, Mr. William, you are being shared. You are being shared. Leaders are shared. I believe, I'm shared. My queen knows I'm shared. I
Hmm.
must be shared because, interestingly enough, there's not a lot of us.
Uh-oh.
There's not a lot of us,
Uh-oh.
and therefore, different people need us for different things. You see,
Bro.
yes, they do. Chicka boom boom bang bang rubber tum tum boom bang that bang to the beat of the drum.
Mm.
So here's the thing. It's just like there's a part of Mr. William that I love and I look for in these YouTube streets. Um the strength, the just sticking to your guns about certain things, doing it in a loving way, not malicious. I've never seen a malicious intent.
Mm.
You can get stubborn, hard-headed, all that, but malicious, never that.
No.
There's some people in these YouTube streets that are malicious.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know what I mean? And so, yeah, I can even get past the stubborn. I can get past the hard-headed. I can get strong-headed, bull-headed, whatever the words are that people you may use sometimes about you or any one of us, all of us. It's okay. It's okay because it's never from a position of maliciousness. Your heart is always gold.
Thank you, dear.
That's
Thank
how
you.
I receive you. There's so many people
Yes.
in these YouTube streets. I love Mr. Gail. I appreciate her, her warmth, and just just knowing that when she's there, it's nice, it's warm, it's fuzzy. I didn't know Mr. Gail could, she's a Taurus, so you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful about this because okay, don't get it twisted. That's all I got to say. That's what I'm learning. Don't get twisted. And just read my book. She's just read. You're gonna always say what's on your mind, on your heart. Never malicious, Mr. Gail. Never malicious. Just read.
Right. And
Watermelon Sugar, Boss Lady. It's just having conversation. Let's talk it out. That Regina, asking very, very enticing questions.
right.
I like what human hysteria just put there because Dr. King was shared. He was shared by the world, by all of us. A part of me. I want to go visit Tennessee because I want to see where the balcony.
Right. And I've been there. I've been there countless
Really?
times. Yes, I have. The
Wow.
Lorraine Motel. I've been there
Yes.
countless of times.
I mean,
And
I
believe
just
you me, if a lot of people did stuff like that, it would take
It
them
would
to
change
that.
their life.
It changes your life to really,
Yes.
and then you got to read that story and think about what that man did the night before he got assassinated out there. You got to look at his words. You know when something's going to happen, especially when you're God fearing, you know it's going to happen. You've been here long enough. It's
Yes.
time for you to leave.
The-
And he knew it. He knew it. He said he may not get to the mountaintop, and he knew it. We
Right, he
think
said
we're
he-
at the mount.
Yes.
We think we're at the mountaintop now, but we're not. We
Nah.
still have a long way to go.
Right.
A long way to go.
He said, I may not get there
Right
you.
with you.
With you.
with you.
But he said he had already seen him in
He
the
had
sky.
already seen it.
Seen it.
Right.
And I, these people in these YouTube streets, good, bad, and indifferent though. One of the things that I've noticed about each and every one of us, a lot of us have to take care of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I say take care of, I mean, and like we're the go-to person. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
like
Yep.
the one that everybody seems to come to for us. Like in my family, my mother is that matriarch. Everyone comes to her, about everything, like finances and emotional support. She was a nurse, so health and all that kind of stuff. Can you do this? Can you do it? And it's been passed on to me. I was fighting it and bucking it for a very long time. However, it's just now where I've become obedient. And so when I say that my queen she does share me and she understands it and she has no problems with it. She understands that it'll only be to a certain point. And then of course, other things, no, it's not going to happen.
Right. Right.
But I will, I have people that come in my life. Sometimes you're in the street, y'all. You could be in a line grocery shopping. Somebody comes up to you and asks you questions about, do you know where I can get some? What I can do? And you're like, do I have something on my forehead that's saying, come to me?
Well, yeah, that's
Yes,
true.
yes, you
That
do.
is so true.
Yes,
That
you
is
do.
true.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
You do.
You
Yeah.
do, and right. And
So
so
you better walk in it.
and that's why I say I bow down and I'm obedient. I obey and I'm obedient and I let it go. And I say, just give me enough time to be able to do what I need to do. And, I all that kind of stuff. Yeah. But we do have to, share. We're gonna have to share Mr. William. We're gonna have to share Mr. Gale. We're gonna have to share you, Just Read. There's a lot of these people on the YouTube street. We're gonna have to share them, and that's just the bottom line. Their families even know it, because their families are saying, "Wow, okay, Mom,
why are you always doing this? Why are you always doing that? Why is it that?"
There you go. Why?
It's the why. It's the why factor, and then it's like,
there you go.
When you try to tell them, it's like they don't understand.
Right.
It's like you try to tell them, you try to explain it to them, and they still don't get it. The why it is that, because that's like me at work. It's like people will just walk up to me and ask me stuff, and I'll just sit there and I'll listen. And people ask me, well, why do you do that? Why do you sit around? I mean, it doesn't cost anything to listen.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't cost anything to listen, and it doesn't cost anything to just be yourself. I mean, you don't have to go out there and harm people. You don't have to hurt people. So,
and it don't cost anything to love a person.
Yeah, that's true.
It doesn't cost anything. If anything, that's what we're actually supposed to be here doing anyway, is loving people.
But this is getting to me. Yo, you know what? It's a nice sentiment, but it does cost. It does cost to listen sometimes, because you have to protect your ear gates.
Yeah.
Okay. It does cost to listen sometimes.
Yeah, and but if the cost makes you more, what I want to say, more receptive to things, people still say think outside of the box. I'm starting to say think outside of the world, because there's a whole world out there, a genre of people, different races and personalities. You have to think outside of the world. Don't just say, well, okay, it's just in my neighborhood, so I'll just look at it this way. No, you got other neighborhoods out there too that need the same help that we need, but only we're not there to give it to them. You see what I'm saying? We're not there to support them. Yeah, our government might support different countries and all that, but that doesn't mean that the people in that country receive that help because of that government. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and in that aspect, I can understand if we're talking about that type of duty and service. I understand in that aspect, but even with that, I would say start at home and work your way outward.
Yeah, charity begins at home and spreads abroad.
That's what I'm talking about. Start your way here and work your way outward.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Alfreda says the world is a box in a way. Alfreda. Yeah. I'm messing with grandma now. The world is a box. It's in a box. The world is a box in a way. The last time I looked on a map or on a globe, it was round. So I'm just messing with her. I'm just trying to do.
I think it's flat. Now I'm gonna tell you now.
You think it's flat?
It's flat.
Oh, okay. TC, what is the world?
Sandwich. It's got 2 pieces of bread on the top, and it's a whole bunch of meat in the middle.
Okay, again, what is the world?
And as far as I look at it, it's round.
Okay, you look at it as round.
The fact of how the moon and the sun and all that does what it does. I feel like it's round.
Well, like I said, see, everybody has a difference of opinion.
Round, okay, so check this out. Now I'm just bullshitting right now, but it's real. It's real. Check it out. Okay, I need something globular.
Globular.
Yeah, something. Yeah,
round.
Now wait a minute here. We finna get.
She can take.
Well, no, because I mean this is round, but it's not globular.
Exactly.
It's not a sphere.
It's not a sphere. There you go.
Thank you. Thank you. Talk to me like now I can't find shit. But whatever. Picture this. Picture this. Okay. You see this? It's
Oh, that's round.
round.
Ooh. Ooh. That's violence. That's
I'm gonna
violence.
give you some globular. Now I
Well,
forgot what the hell I was gonna say.
good.
I remember. Okay, so if the world is round, then how is it that you can say get on a cruise ship and sail around the world, but you never go over the side or under it, and the things turn upside down and come back?
Gravity, my dear.
But gravity pulls downward. So if you're going this way, gravity is still pulling downward.
Hmm.
So you're not here.
We need a physics professor up here. We really need a physics professor up here. She's trying to take us back to school again.
No, I'm bullshit. I told you from the beginning I was bullshitting. I'm just, but it poses a good question. See?
That is a good question. But here's I got an even better one. I got a better one for you.
Okay, but look, if the world was flat, then how come when you're sailing on that same cruise ship, you don't fall off the side? Maybe it's because you stop in between ports. Because it's round. It's not round, it's flat.
Well, we really won't know until we take that trip up in that rocket or spaceship to look at the Earth. You know.
We've been there. We've seen it. So,
you believe we've been to the moon then too, right?
You know what? I don't know. Look, I know what we're shown. I know what we're shown, and I know what we're told, and I know what I believe.
But you can't believe everything that you see.
I didn't say that. I said I know what. Did I say that? I know what I've seen. I know what I've heard. I know what I've read. I know what I've been shown. I know what I've been taught. I also know what I believe. And somewhere in between all of that
is the truth.
It's something that, no. All of it has its elements, but somewhere in between all of that lie just the crust of it, because there's just so many different. There's not one answer for just anything. There's just not.
Right.
There's not.
Well, it's
there's not much that can be dismissed. We choose. For me, and this is how even something that someone says. Maybe you might say you might say a 5-word quote, and to me, from you to anyone else, from you to Albert Einstein, if I hear something, I take from it what I can garner, and I either dispose of the rest or put it on the back burner. But everything gets separated. I take from it what I will. And that's what when I talk to people, I say whatever it is I say. Take from it what is useful to you and get rid of the rest. If there's something you're not sure about, put it on the back burner. Don't dismiss it. Just keep it on the back.
Right. Well, hell, I got a lot of stuff on my back burner. My stove is so full. I can.
Boiling, baby. Go ahead, baby. I know.
Oh, but no, that is, you're right. Science is interesting. The hypothesis of things are different, and you got to think outside the world. As I say, I'm gonna quit saying outside the box. I'm gonna say you got to think outside the world, because things are different. And I still say it's gravity.
Yeah, but again, I told you from the beginning I was BS.
I know it.
But still, you know what? But gravity does not. That's not the reason why. It cannot be gravity. Now I will tell you that. No, it can't be gravity. Gravity can't be the reason.
I'm not laughing at you, dude. I'm laughing at human hysteria. Her baby's daddy is Albert Einstein.
Who? Where? I know. I saw him. I know. Because when I looked at your baby was like with wild hair like this. The baby said, and hair all up like that.
Oh my goodness.
You know, we were just talking about him today. I love him, and so does my youngest daughter. We were talking about him today, and I said, I bet he would have been a ball to hang out with, just to be around, just to hang out with. Not in the classroom, not in a meeting, not at a speech, just in his own element at home, at the bar, at the restaurant. You know what I mean? Just to hang out with him. I bet he was a ball.
Who?
Albert Einstein.
If I'm not mistaken, well, okay, you mentioned Albert Einstein. I had a mentor who I work for. We call him the 100-year-old man here in Philly. He was an acquaintance, and if I'm not of Albert Einstein, and that's how far back they go. I mean, this guy, he was 100 and something years old when I was in my 30s. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing. He said something about Albert Einstein that was very interesting. He said that Albert Einstein was special needs.
Well, what they would consider,
at that right now, right. You know what I'm saying? So now it may be
savant. He was a savant.
Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. It's definitely something different. The identifiers change. But it was very interesting, how that so many geniuses they're just amazing, and they're considered sometimes they're crazy, or they're out of this, out of this world. And Mr. Williams, you said it right, think outside the world. Well, these people are out of this world, so to speak. And
even Isaac Newton, sitting under a supposedly apple tree, decided about gravity. So
that wasn't that's not how he learned about gravity. He sat there and some knocked his ass and said bunk, and he woke up and said, that's what happened. I mean, that's what had happened.
Well, when we talk about people, famous people that that the hypothesis come from and everything, like even Thomas Edison uses theories to create the light bulb. So were they crazy for doing that? Were they crazy for inventing things and people didn't think it would not work, or what?
It's not. What do you mean? Were they crazy? Okay, that's a crazy question.
No, it's not.
It is. You said were they crazy for inventing?
Because you have to look at the time. You have to look at the time and the era that those things were done and the way that people thought about things.
Okay, I get you. So at the time when they were doing their inventions.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, see? I'm sorry.
Well, I have a question.
Okay.
I know sometimes if I'm sitting when I'm around people, sometimes I feel alone. And it's like I could be around a whole bunch of people. I can be spend time with people and stuff like that, but it's like once I get by myself, it's like my mind is constantly going.
Did you ever write anything down on paper?
I haven't tried that yet.
Try writing your thoughts on paper.
TC, is you playing with us right now? That's two different things. And I'm looking at that. I'm looking at you smiling in your avatar right now. I can see you smiling behind it, like. See,
Uh-huh.
I love you. I'm gonna get you. Oh, read the back chat, TC.
I did. I've been
I
did.
did you.
I've been done that.
Sorry.
Interesting. Let me just say, LaGail, in reference to your,
Oh,
you know, a lot of
okay, right
people, a lot of people's minds go continue and are very, very active. And Mr. William makes up an excellent point about writing things down, meditating. I know that with these devices that we have on or whatever, sometimes you have to just turn everything off. You have to slow yourself down. And what I have grown to love, there's two things that I've really concentrated on. One, I would listen to those chakra meditation and tapes, and it really I can really hone in on my essence and really get into REM 5 and get into a deep sleep and go in and whatever. It's just in rest, you know, because our spirits can get jumpy and don't rest. We need to rest sometimes. The other piece are singing bowls. I love singing bowls. The Tibetan singing bowls. Here in Philadelphia, they have a guy. He's from Tibet, and he bongs. I call it bonging, like the gong show, you know, bong bong, that kind of thing. And let me tell you something. This guy asks for a donation, but you take, of course, you're barefooted. You get in one of those big old gong bowls.
Well, let me ask this.
And then
What can we do as Black people? Why do we have to do with something that everybody else does? What is our meditation? What is our ancestry of going back and relieving ourselves of stress and strife? Because I know,
to be
Black,
honest, those are our things. We were the originators of all of those things, but other people have borrowed them from us.
no, they're taking it from us.
No,
Taking over.
It's
That's just
borrowed
like our
because-
music.
No,
Just like our
borrowed.
music.
It's just for a temporary period. Because
How temporary?
It's temporary.
What do we call temporary? That's what I'm asking, dear. What is temporary?
It's not going to be forever. That's what I mean by temporary.
Well, I know I'm not going to live forever, but I can say I'm just temporary. You know,
we're all just temporary. But we're all forever at the same time. But those gong bowls are very, very good. Tibetan, when you go back into the Tibetan ancestry, you find the connection to the African shoguns. You find the African ancestry into the Congo, and you find a lot of African ancestry to South Africa, which if you look at Mandela and in his features, that they're all connected to various parts of the continent. We just have to know that. But that's what I do. I do those gong things, and I also do chakra meditation. Those are the meridians. Your meridians have to slow down. Your chakras have to slow down. You just have to slow down every now and then. And that's only because people keep you going. I tell people sometimes I don't want to talk to anybody. I will make sure I find out. I'll call everyone. How are you doing? Okay. I'm not going to take any calls. Only one or two people know how to contact me. And when they contact me, it's important. Because everybody's important is not really important.
Say that again.
Everyone's important is not really important. People are so freaking drama, so freaking, oh my God, I can't. And then if they just calm the hell down,
yes,
go somewhere and get a beer and chill out for a second, they can think things through. I don't know where these people's coping skills come in. I don't know where these people's to try to figure some things out, but we're gonna all have trials and tribulations. Each and every
are. We're gonna have. Everybody's gonna have that storm.
Exempt. You know, as long as we walk the face of this earth, all of us have our own set of trials and tribulations. What's different between you, LaGail, you, Just, you, William, and myself, and Regina, Alfreda, Hugh, is that we may get together and laugh with each other and talk with each other, have fun. I don't come to this party saying, "Oh my God, I'm having a problem, and you got to listen to me, and I need attention."
Right.
I don't do that. Because if I have to talk to someone, if I really need something, I will say, listen, I want to talk to somebody, not on YouTube, but I will talk to somebody, and I will talk to whomever and chalk it up with you. But some of these people come on here, they need too much attention. They have never had attention. I don't know what's going on, and it's just absolutely way too much. So
yeah. And like you said, we have to tune it out at times. We have to tune it out. And that's why I do my channel, my music, because I know there's some people out there that want to tune all the fuck shit out. Excuse my French, but I had to say it. They want to go somewhere where they hear a song. It'll take them back to a time where things were good for them, or it'll take them back to their first romantic kiss, or being out on a date, or being at a prom or something. That's what it's all about for me. You know, that's what it's all about.
A time in life.
Right.
A different time in life.
I always put down in there, I hope to bring them joy and happiness. Even though I know my ass might get knocked off or something like that, I'm still trying to do that for me. Not only for them, but for me also. You know.
And you do that.
And I do.
Love you for that.
I do.
We love you for that. That's the
very much so.
Whew, yes. You don't know how many times, even there's been times where you've come on where I'm like, he doesn't come on at this time. What is he doing on right now? And you have really made a difference in my day, my evening, my night. You know, you really have. Because I mean, music does so much for everybody. Like I said, it can take you to a happier place in time.
Right.
It can take you back to your childhood, or
and even so, it could make you think of a sad time. You know.
Yes.
You know, it does. So it has this genre, and my thing of it is, I don't want to have it.
It reminds me. I want to hear anything that reminds me of before I had children. Shit.
Lord,
speaking of which, I heard somebody on YouTube talking about children and how they think that they got it bad. Just wait till they hit the teenage years. The teenage years between 13 and 19 is the time when you'll be saying, what the hell did I have kids for? You know, and I'm thinking about it. I thought about it. I said, you know what? That's the same thing my mama used to say, because I used to get in some crazy crap when I was a teenager. Now, getting out of it, it might have took me, well, I'm going to say till I was 25. It took me to get, but being a teenager and you're raising a teenager, there's going to be times when you're going to be pulling your hair. You're going to be looking at yourself wondering, why in the hell did I do this? And, you know,
who are you telling? And oh Lord, now see, I'm gonna have to do a story time on my channel about that. Don't you even? I think you just traumatized me. What's that word everybody keeps using? Trigger. Okay, I'm triggered.
Well,
I'm triggered. Because just when I got out of that shit, I got back in it. What you talking?
What? Wait a minute. Really... Hold it. Hold it now. Hold it. The other rumor is that you're pregnant.
I didn't hear that.
You just started all the way over. You remember? You know where you heard that from?
Oh, wait a minute! I did.
I ain't gonna say no names, but you know exactly where it came from.
Yes, ma'am. Girl, I have a question.
That was a
Well, I
fun.
guess
That
you'll
was
get
a
ready
fun
to
day.
GPS to my house, huh? Because look, because I'm bending my elbow real damn good right now.
Oh.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see if y'all. I heard this in another YouTube, in another chat. I don't even remember. It was another YouTube chat. When you're just going through your thread and you see something that's interesting. Well, it was about it was couples actually, and they were married. And one of the couples said, one of the married couples said, the female, the woman, the wife, she said that their house was constructed to make her and her husband comfortable and happy. Her husband and her, the house is for them. It's not to make the children comfortable because they want them to get the hell out of there. That's what she said. She don't want to make it. She said her husband works too hard. She works too hard. That house is for them.
Well, here's my point. Why have kids anyway?
Well, they're not. Oh! Wait a minute. Did you say
I'm beginning.
Anyway?
Right. This is my point. They knew that from the beginning.
Oh, you mean for them?
Right.
For them. But
right.
But here's my question. My question is not only what do you think about that, but I looked at it totally different because one of the things that she said was, as her children are rolling out of the house, because two of them are, and she has two that are still there. One is in his last year of high school. The other two, one is in the military. He's away now. The young lady, she's in med school. I think her last year med school. Doing very well. I think she's overseas somewhere, something in the West Indies. And then she has two boys.
In her life.
And she said, her life with her husband, she said, she's getting them out of the house. That was her, and they got there. Now she said once her and her husband, if however this happens, and they are not there anymore, then of course the children will have the house or have it for them if they need it and things of that nature. I found it very interesting that to hear a sister say that she put her and her husband first. She said, and they did all that they were supposed to do for their children, and they did what they were supposed to do to make sure that their children would be able to get out there and multiply and be able to fend for themselves.
Well, isn't that the goal of every parent?
No, because too many parents want to have these kids in the house and be friends and be whatever it is they are with them, and I can't let them go. And, oh my God! And I can't let them go because and I don't have a man, and he's my little man, and bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Dysfunction.
Okay, I see what. Well, it's not I don't think it's a case of dysfunction. I think it's just a case of mothers. No, I just think it's a case of mothers not understanding their real role as mothers.
What?
Okay. Right. If they would think of themselves.
Wait a minute,
how you put it on the mother?
Because here's wait a minute. Hold it. Now listen my words out. Listen to me out.
Okay.
All we try to say that we're more intelligent than all the animals put on Earth, created on Earth, right? Now, birds, for instance, mothers.
Oh, now we damn birds.
Yeah, no, listen to the theory. Mother sits on an egg, that baby hatches. She flies off. She brings them back food. She feeds them and everything else.
And kicks that little Negro out the daggone nest.
Out the damn nest. So why can't they be like little birdies? Once your child is up, you done fed them, you done raised them, you got them his education. Why you want to keep them around? That mama ready for some more. Bye. See you later.
Okay. Because let me tell you, when you hit 45, 40, and 50, it get better. it get juicy, it get
Yeah,
better.
yeah. Oh,
It's
trust me, don't I know?
okay. But and don't these
Let
little
me stop.
these
Let me
little
stop.
nigglets, these little nigglets on YouTube. Yo, these little nigglets on YouTube don't know that when the Niagara Falls.
All right, Alfreda, darling. You have a good night, baby.
Good night, Alfreda. Because listen, the older you get,
And thank you for coming up,
it
dear.
gets beautiful. And I love menopause because I can have sex all the time now, all day, every day, all month. Later for the monthly, wonderful. Later for that, no getting pregnant, no, oh my, stop, all of that. See, that's the wonderful thing about that. But this is what this couple said, and I thought it was very, very interesting because I've never heard. I always hear Black women in particular. Let me just say this: I always hear Black women say the children come first. I'm reading something totally different in the Bible, though, but it's.
Well,
I think that the husband, something my grandmother did. My grandfather, when he came home, she made sure he ate first. I watched that.
Mm-hmm.
But remember, she cooked, so she already know how much she cooked. She made sure his plate was full. He came in, he ate, and then he went ahead and washed up or whatever, and then he came back to the table and everybody else ate. Sometimes, depending on because he was a truck driver, he did some other things, a lot of odd jobs, and worked and sharecropped, that he was tired. So he ate first. And I used to ask my grandma, why, when I got older, I said, why did she do that? Because he was the provider of the house. That's what she told me. He takes care of everything.
But see, that's just the opposite. I'm going to say it, just the opposite that I was raised and looked at. My father didn't allow nobody to eat except the kids first, even when he came home. And it's another thing. Remember how you hear the parents, people hear you talk about the preacher coming and visit the house, and he gets the best piece of chicken and all that bullshit. Oh, hell no. Daddy didn't believe in that shit. Oh, no. His kids were going to eat first. Matter of fact, during Thanksgiving, there were 2 separate tables, well, sometimes 3. The kids would be at one table, and believe it or not, the kids had their own damn turkey, whole turkey.
Right.
The adults had their dinner.
Right.
So my father showed me, hey, your kids come first. Damn that bullshit about, I worked all week and come in, you cooking me. Did my kids eat first? And the worst fight my mom and daddy ever got into about it was she stayed out one night and she didn't call back home to see about the kids. So it's the way that you were taught and brought up. And back then, some women believe that bullshit, barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, before they got to thinking with their own minds. That's like I gotta say, women have the power, they have the empowerment, but they don't use it in the right way.
Well, I that's why I used to always have that thought, but when I see people that do that, I look at it as well, my aunts and my uncles, the children never went without of anything. My grandmother was also a nurse. She was an educated lady, and so was my grandfather. But the bottom line is that,
well, see, a lot of people back then, okay, when you grew up, honey, let's face it, when you grew up and I grew up, I know a lot of people, adult people, that were not well educated, but they provided for their family. They did the best that they could. They were well off. It got to the point where we got to thinking, as the generations got more and more and people were able to get out and do more and more, having a good education got a lot of people places. But there's some people, when I was growing up, they didn't even have a 5th grade education, a 1st grade education, but they were well to do. they did the necessary things to get out there and support the family. They did the necessary things to get out. They learned even a slight trade. Even a slight trade. You didn't have to be a genius or anything to be a mechanic. If you knew tinkering with the car, people used to take stuff apart and put it back together. They didn't have, but we stress so much importance now on
absolutely. Well,
on
education
having
is definitely important, and that's that we're never.
But here's my point:
right.
if I'm going to learn physics,
right,
I should be a physics teacher.
Not
My kids, no. If I can get out there, well, a researcher or whatever. If my daddy drove a tractor, why the hell didn't I learn to drive a tractor?
I don't know.
Okay, see, that's my point.
Researchers rely on grants.
Right.
He will come out better. He's learned, and now he can sell his knowledge. That's through teaching.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
but again, you know, to each his own.
Okay, Regina, you're welcome, darling. You're welcome to.
Everyone does do things differently. Again, I appreciated my grandmother for showing me that. And I always questioned it, but I understand it also. I see different people have different ways, and different cultures have different ways to go about doing different things. And I just thought it was very interesting that I heard in today that what that lady said, and I was like, very, very interesting.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. That woman today, it depends on how old she is, where she. Okay, see, that's young. That's young. That is young.
I thought it was great. Young. I didn't. Regardless, what I'm saying is that I hear a lot of folks saying things the opposite. And that everything is centered around the children. She centers everything around her and her husband.
And I go back to this point again.
I was very interested in hearing that.
Yeah. And I go back to this point again.
But her children
when you're young and you first get married, man and woman, when you first get married, you're young. You make out a plan. Okay. First thing first, I'm going to ask a woman, do you want to have children? I can't do it now in my old age now. But when I was younger, do you want to have children? I didn't want to have any children. So that, communication. Remember how we talked about it the other time? Yeah. Communication.
But it wasn't anything negative. It was a great thing. Her and her husband talked about that way before they understood that, but I just was elated, and I was like, wow, that a woman would say that in this day and time, because most of the women that I hear are always saying that the children come first. And
well, here's my point. If you bore something into this world, they should come first. Your secondary dreams and all that, if you know you got a dream of having children.
But they always tell the mother, if the mother has, then the children will always have. It put the mother first. The mother,
I can tell you,
the mother should put herself first. I mean, they tell you that in the airplane. So I mean, they tell you that in different areas. If the mother is taken care of, and that's the thing. I've seen a lot of women who are split so many different areas, and here and there, doing for everybody. Oh, I lost myself. I lose myself. I'm no longer myself. I don't know myself, and this and that and the other and the third.
Well, you didn't know yourself because number one and number two, the reason to have children at an early age.
No, that's not true. But lost yourself. You can lose yourself.
It don't matter. Know yourself. Right. It doesn't matter when you have children. You can still lose yourself.
So in other words, women can't think for themselves. They think on their libido.
Well,
libido is a sex drive. We're not talking about.
Well, okay, you gotta have sex to have kids. We gotta have sex to have kids. That's why I said libido. But what I'm saying is, what I'm asking about, why complain about something that you wanted to have?
Nobody was complaining. I was making a statement. You complained. I was making a statement about how I found it very interesting how this lady decided to take back her power and make her and her husband first. And because she made her and her husband first, her children manifests. They're going to get anyway, and they're going to get regardless. And oftentimes I have found and heard women talk about, they put their children first, they put whomever first, whatever the case may be. But then they lost themselves. They were their husbands. They were the wife of their husband. They weren't who they were. They don't know themselves anymore. After the children leave, then they're like, duh, empty nester. That's why they came up with this silly thing called empty nester. Girl,
because you lose yourself.
You don't know what to do, and you ain't got nowhere to go.
You feel that you're no longer wanted. In other words,
you're no longer
like you don't know what to do.
But you're not who you are. You're no longer Lisa. You are Lil Lay's mother. You are Ray's wife. You are so-and-so's granddaughter. But you're not Lisa. Nobody calls you Lisa. When they see it, like, oh, there's so-and-so's mother. Oh, that's so-and-so's wife. That's Miss so-and-so's granddaughter.
Right.
You lose who you are sometimes.
And all the women in here can attest to that. And we all know that. We've all heard it. I just found it very interesting. Just because the lady said that she put her and her husband first doesn't mean that the needs and the quality of life for the children are not met.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it doesn't make her a bad mother. She's
and a bad mother and father. No, exactly. Because there are a lot of people that say that they put their children first and they are freaking hot damn mess. .com, .org, .net, and .edu. Okay,
if that's the case, then what are we advocating here for women?
To be to themselves.
Aren't they being themselves having children? Number one, aren't they being themselves raising that child to the best of their ability?
Still, God didn't put them here just for that.
What did he say? Be fruitful and multiply.
But that's not our only thing here.
That's not our sole purpose.
That's not right. Are you kidding?
Okay. So what is it for?
We're here to create cures for diseases, to help people, to be each other's brother and sister's keeper.
Well, wait a minute now. We do have women doing that. We have women doing that.
That we didn't. I am saying to you that other than what you're saying, that just having children is not a woman or a man's sole purpose. There are other things that men and women do and have done.
Now,
and also having children.
I didn't say anything negating the children. In addition to, I said there are other things.
That's not our
men
sole
and women
purpose.
do in addition to having children.
Well, my question is this: I'm sitting here listening. And to me, it says like, if they felt this way, why have children?
Because they wanted to.
Oh no, but let me finish. Why? I mean, if you want to, have all of this, and you want to be together, why not be together first and then have children?
They were.
Okay.
They were together 8 years before they had their first child. Yeah.
Okay, but then it's like, but what it sounds like to me is like, well, I got this child, these kids, now I need to hurry up and get rid of them. That's what it says. That's what it says. Like,
yeah, you do. You're supposed to, because God, in the Bible it said God loaned them to you. They're God's child, not yours. After a certain time, they are supposed to go on and do the things that God's mission, God wants us to do. They are loaned to you. They
what if God wants the kids to be there with their parents?
If that's their mission.
Well, see, now we go into a
if that's
point.
Their mission, but it's not everyone's mission.
Well, I mean, if that's the case, then the ones that's gonna leave is gonna leave, and the ones that's going to stay is gonna stay. So why is she making it uncomfortable for the children to
So
make them want to leave?
so
I mean, to me,
Wait,
that's
you
what
know,
I mean.
Wait
To
a
me,
minute, what?
that's what
I
it looks
think
like.
what
It
it
sounds like
is.
to me.
I think
you
what it
see what
is.
it
It's a
is.
woman.
Yeah,
It's a woman that's lost her purpose in the world. We all know
No, she
that every.
didn't. Her
Oh,
and her husband are the bonds.com, bro.
no.
They are all that.
Okay,
They
wait.
didn't lose. She didn't lose her. They didn't lose their purpose. Their husband and wife that said that they were making sure that their children. It wasn't about making them uncomfortable. Like they're not gonna eat. They're not gonna feed them and things like that. Come on now. Come on.
But I mean, to me, that's what I
not
mean.
what
To
she
me,
was
that's what it
saying.
sounds like.
Yeah.
To me, it
It
sounds like, well, if
wasn't.
I make it so uncomfortable,
what happens is
so
that
uncomfortable, they'll
that
just
was
leave.
not what I was saying.
No, I'm not saying
That's
that's what you were saying, but I mean, to the way that I'm listening to this and hearing this.
that's not what it was. And
Oh, okay. Well, maybe
she
I
was saying
misunderstood it.
was that her house for her and her husband, she makes a place for her husband. They made a place for themselves. And as far as the children are concerned, they have their rooms, they have their places that they do whatever they do, but they're not going to stay. They're not going to stay. And she said that. He said that.
Well, we all know that children aren't supposed to stay with their parents. Oh, you saying that? I understand. I get where you're coming from. Some angles. There's some 30, 40-year-old people out there living with their parents still.
No. There's some people. No.
Okay. Well,
I mean,
I done got lost.
There are. No, you're right. There are those people, but I'm not talking about
That's not what this is. Oh, was that shade? Was that Shade Williams?
No.
Yeah. Wait, is that Shade Williams?
Is everybody trying? No, it was not. No, it was not. No, it was not. I'm trying to equate. I'm trying to equate the woman or the mother, as we call them.
And it was the husband and the wife. So
well, forget a lot of things on here. I don't even equate to the men because a lot of men ain't up here to speak for themselves and talk about nothing like that. It's always a woman. It was always a woman. But what I'm saying is
together, and she was talking about, and he was talking about as the same thing. He makes sure that she's comfortable. She says she makes sure he's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the children staying, she said that, they have a bed, they have a room, they have running water, they get their clothes. They even educated them. But the bottom line is,
girl, you said running water. They well, they should.
That's what she said.
That part was okay.
Okay.
So how does the kids feel? Do the kids know that this is what they're doing? Well,
the kids are all grown. What do you? I mean,
well, if they all grown, they should have been out the house anyway.
But I'm talking, the way. I mean,
not all grown. They're not completely grown, but they're there.
They're grown. They're grown. There's one in the last year of high school, and the other one is a junior.
But that's not grown. But they're getting there.
They're old enough to not get caught. Right. Like they're not little kids.
They're at the threshold.
But I'm sure she's probably made even as little kids. I mean, even
they don't care because they're gone, and they appreciate that their mother and father gave them everything that they needed, but also afforded them the opportunity to flourish and fly.
But okay, here we go. Now, here's my big question.
Yeah.
If a woman has lost herself in raising her child, her children, how does she find herself again?
Good question.
That's a separate subject. These are
because that's because that's what was based on her talking about the kids leaving home.
No, that's not what it was.
Well, didn't you? Okay, let me get back to this point to where TC said something about women not finding themselves or giving up themselves.
Okay, we settled that. We took that off the table.
No, that's not. No, it goes back to the same cliche.
As a comparative
those two
analysis.
things are not connected.
Right. It wasn't connected to my first statement, and it wasn't connected to what I said about the lady and her husband and the couples that were talking in this particular chat.
Well,
And what they were saying, and what they were
mhm,
saying about
mhm.
children and children being first and things of that nature. And they were making sure that they were comfortable and that they were going to be first. That's all. And then I said, and what I was saying, that people were saying in the chat, and you all said it as well, that children should be first.
Yeah.
And I made a comparative analysis that there are people who do.
Regina, I see you, darling. I see everybody now.
There are people who do put their children first, and they then say that they lose themselves. So if these people said that they were going to make themselves comfortable, they were going to make sure that their children had everything, they were out, they were going to leave, go to school, go in the military, whatever it is, and the other two are home.
Regina wants to know. Regina wants to know who said all this and who was this female.
I told you when I started, I said I don't remember. It wasn't anywhere in the our YouTube streets. I said when I first started that it was like when we're on our thread and we're just scrolling and we see something.
Bless you, darling.
God bless.
Thank you.
I said that I just found this particular chat and I said, wow, this looked interesting. I'm
sorry.
God bless you. I then looked into it and I saw them. I said when I started that I wasn't, and I did not remember. It was a couple, it was like 4 couples, and they were married and they were talking about their experiences in terms of relationships. One had kids, the other one had children, little children, and on and on and on. They were talking about a variety of things. Okay, that's what I said. I don't remember where it was.
Well,
I just remembered that this one particular couple said what they said, and I found it interesting because I hear things differently from different people, and I was just very much interested. I was intrigued.
Okay, so we hear different.
That's all.
Okay, but see, that's what I wanted to know. You found this on YouTube.
Yeah.
You listened to it, and I still. It sounds like to me though that this woman and her ideas.
And her husband.
Well, her husband, you know, they are at the age and time of their life where they want to enjoy themselves and they're tired of taking care of children. That's all. You make a lot of sacrifices when you have kids. Every day is not a party day. Every day is not getting out there, going clubbing and having those nights where you can just sit down and relax and snuggle with each other. You got to, somebody's got a cold, somebody's running in your bedroom. You can't just give that up because you decided to do it that way. You know, and to me, that's what it has sounded like. You're giving.
No, they were very. No, these two, they were very tight. Actually, all the couples were absolutely fabulous. They were awesome. I enjoyed.
But did they talk about how did they cope with that while they're raising their children? How did they cope with that me time? Everybody wants the me time.
Absolutely. They talked about that. They talked about me time. They talked about, date night for the couple, making sure that the couple, still acted like they were dating, that kind of thing. They talked about that. Yeah. One of the couples talked about, the man, that one of the husband, he has, some brothers that he goes out with, that they go wherever they go on a hunting range or wherever it is, hunting or what is it, camping? I don't know, whatever it is. I don't know.
Right.
They do their thing during like the time when it's hunting season. When it's hunting season, like around November. Mm-hmm. So they get Venice meat and then they bring it back and they go get quail and all that other kind of stuff. And that's what they do like once a year. And then the girls have their own girls' little thing, whatever the case may be. The women have their thing as well. So they were, just talking about, things to keep your life spicy, to keep, because children, and they said that, the children have their activities, the children have things that'll come up. People get sick. And then, of course, one of them was taking care of an elderly mother. Another one was taking care of a sibling that was special needs. And they were talking about all of those kinds of things, like real life stuff. They were really, really getting into it. And they were just talking about the support systems and the support mechanisms that they have, with each other, how important it is, to be able to have somebody to, listen, I just need to get away. Sometimes you just need to get away.
Corrine says that she's enjoying being alone. She'll be 52 soon. God bless you, dear. And children going, it's all about her.
Yeah.
Well, that's my whole point. It is all about her after the children are gone. But while the children are there, they have to sacrifice and do certain things.
But they didn't say that they weren't.
They've done all of that, but they're
doing that. You keep thinking that they just put these kids, these last children in a house, and they don't have any running water, they don't have electricity, nothing. No, they have a very fabulous house in the DMV.
What I'm saying, all the kids aren't gone yet, though.
Can I say one thing and then I'll stop? Because I'm gonna go take a break. But can I say one thing?
Sure, darling.
I'm gonna use myself as an example to what you guys are talking about.
Amen.
Continue. I'll be right back.
All right, dear. She's gonna use herself as an example.
And she's gonna be right back. Oh Lord. Okay. Yeah, they haven't stopped rearing their last two children. They were just saying that they are doing things now. Like they have two children that are gone. They have two children that are in their last years of high school. The bottom line is that these last years go by very quickly. And I already know that is an absolute fact. The thing is, when you have your children, then what they have is they have their house. They want to redo the house. The husband said, I want this. He said, I want it this way. I want to have a 2-car garage instead of a 1. And then on the outside, there's certain things that they have plans for. And they're making plans for that. And they're doing some of those things.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. What if one of these children
with a couple with a Black people wanting to, just
it's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, what if you have a child that has a special needs?
Well, that's a whole. Come on, Gail. We ain't even talking about that.
But yeah, that's a whole different subject.
But you can't.
I'm just saying.
We can talk about it. No, we can talk about it, but that's not this example. That's not these people.
But I'm just saying, there are some parents that have children. I mean, that there are some people that have children that have special needs. So that's what I'm saying. What if
if you want to change the topic, that's fine. And we can segue into that. But that has nothing to do with these 4 people. Or these 8 people because
you said one of them had one of those couples had somebody that had a sibling that had special needs.
Yeah, right. A sibling. They take care of their sister. The husband has a sister who is special needs.
Okay.
So it wasn't a child.
It's not a child.
See, that's the point. That's what she thought you were coming off at. No, you're talking about them taking care of a child.
I was saying that all of these people have different sets of circumstances, and they all had different, a variety of different things in their lives that they were dealing with, and they were talking because you were asking about the me time, and yes, they were talking about they have themselves as a support mechanism, and sometimes because of the things that they have going on in their life, taking care of a mother, an elderly mother, taking care of the sibling and their children. But the couple that I'm talking about, that wasn't their circumstance. But the bottom line is that people do have different sets of circumstances. And yes, they have to address those things when it comes to little children.
Well, everybody has to address things in life, especially
Absolutely.
when they're making a change. Now,
Well, no, just life, not even a change. The cards that are dealt, they have to deal with that.
isn't that even doesn't that call for making a change?
Mm-hmm.
No, because that could be the cards that you were dealt. You were born into it. You don't have to change that. You were just born into it. If you were born into
No,
a
I don't.
family,
I see now we're losing people. I'm losing you on the subject here because when I say you're talking about the cards that you were dealt, people have a tendency, if you were dealt the cards that you were dealt, say your family's
if you were
poor,
born with
if you're
five
born
brothers,
poor, you're right. If you're born even with five brothers and sisters, you
right?
were born poor. One of y'all become rich. Does that mean the rest of them can't be rich in life with what they're doing or
No,
how they're
no,
thinking?
no. What I'm saying is, if you have five brothers and sisters, and one of them just so happens to be special needs, it's not making a change. You have when you were born into that. Therefore, you already know that there are things that you're gonna have to do to everyone. Is going to have to make hopefully be able to help out with this one particular child.
A change is basically that's
It's
what
not
he's
a
saying. It
change.
is a
It's
change.
not a change. It is part of their life. It is not a
Well, there
change.
are certain
A
things that
change
you
is if I get married to
hmm
someone,
that
and
has
me
a
and Mr.
special needs
Carruthers
child.
gets married, and then something happens, and Mr. Carruthers has a situation, and it just so happens, it, and a situation happens where a family member, whichever one of our family members, has to come and live with us. That's a change.
hmm
That's a change. Okay,
Okay,
but
that's
I'm
that's
not
a that,
talking about a change. I'm talking about sometimes life is already dealt its hand with you and for you. You have these brothers and sisters. You have a situation with mom and dad. You have a situation with grandparents. You have a situation at home. You don't have a mother or a father. That's not a change. That's the way life deals. And
well,
that's just life. And
life,
that's life.
life, life deals you cards every day.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So,
hmm
so when you do
So
have that change, it's either you accept it or you don't accept it.
when you have a change
And
to be
those that
made, then you make that change. Exactly.
thank you, Corrine. You're right. Challenge children caretakers are so strong. May God bless them. You're
Yes,
right.
indeed.
You're
Yes.
right. But here's the point. Here's my
Thank
point.
God for the
Now,
caretakers.
when you got
That's so sweet.
say you got it, you're going to have a blended family, or you're getting ready to
Oh
make
wow.
have a family
Woof.
that are going to blend. You
Yes.
have to make a change to accept that
Yes.
family, and
You
you
better
shouldn't be
believe it.
trying to change that person with that family coming in with you. That's my point.
Right. Yes.
So
Absolutely.
that's and you got to be strong enough. You got
Yes.
to be willing to accept the things that everything can't be your way no more.
Right.
That's my whole point. But there are
Absolutely.
some people that want things their way or else. I've
Not with
seen it
that.
done.
Yeah. Nah,
I've
not with
seen
that
it
blended
done.
family. No man.
Mm,
Oof.
mm.
With that blended family thing, absolutely not. No ma'am. No sir.
And say for instance, even a man getting with a woman that's got kids,
Mm-hmm.
he should be able to change to where he's trying to make not only that woman he's getting, but those kids that he's getting happy. He should be strong enough or willing enough to bow down and say, you know what? I'm finna take my kid to the ballpark. Or instead of saying, I ain't got time, I gotta go to work. No, 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 no. She didn't marry you because you working. She married you because she loved you and you supposed to love her. And with that, you love them children also. And if you have to take time out from your schedule to do something with that child, you do it. Say,
Yeah.
life isn't
That's deep.
if you're all about making the coins and making change and all that good shit, being up there high on the horses with everybody, that's one thing. But when you get a family, you have to make certain sacrifices. You have to
Mm-hmm.
forget about going out with the boys every night. You have to forget about you have to forget about getting up in the middle of the night, tucking that child in or seeing that that child is all right. So change when you get a family, especially if you don't have any kids and you got somebody with kids, expect to make a change. Don't expect to live like anybody else do when they get like that. You make that change along with yourself, with them, for your own benefit. If it doesn't suit you, leave it alone. Don't try to get it. If you're not gonna, if you're not gonna keep it, don't get it. Period.
Don't get it right. I know
That's all. That's all. So with that being said, I'm gonna wish everybody a fine good night. I thank everybody for coming up. I didn't write everybody's name down tonight like I normally do, what I should have done, but I know most of those you guys have been here. UTC, Regina M, love you forever. Hysteria, thank you for coming up. Karina.
So you gonna get it, Mr. Williams?
You tried to skate out on me?
No, dear. I'm just well, you skated out on me.
I said I'd be right there.
Well, I'm waiting for you to come back so I can properly say goodnight to you too. Just read my book.
If she had an example, is she gonna tell us her example?
No, just for that. No, I'm not.
Well, see, that's why I know how to get out of there real quick.
Come on now.
No, you can tell it. You can tell the example now. You can give that example.
Come on.
I'll do it on my channel. Nope.
See there.
You were going to do the other stuff on your channel.
What other stuff? I'm gonna do it, all of it. Whatever. Whatever I feel like that day.
Come on, just come on now.
Whatever Wednesday.
We here in the now. Come on now.
No, he's ready to hang up.
He was waiting for you to come back, but he was just saying to everybody, thank you. He was giving
he was gonna shut it down. Challenge you. Okay, so you coming back on to play music, right?
Challenge.
Oh, did you just challenge me? Okay. All right.
Lord Louise.
Was that challenge? Okay, I'll be there. Be there or be square.
I guess we won't hear this. Okay.
Oh.
Kareem just asked, what is your channel?
My channel? It's my name?
No, just read my book, I think.
Oh, just read my book.
Oh. What is your channel?
Just read my book one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was just asking that in the chat. In the chat.
You see how disrespectful those cats are?
I'm telling you. Now.
The thing just
who's disrespectful?
The cat. You see the cat?
Right there again. Look all up in my face.
The cat has got it right in the middle. It just walked right in front of her.
Well, that's her pussy. That's her pussy. She ain't got it trained. That's, I mean.
You know what? It's for another level.
Okay. Yeah, it's time to go now. That was the.
Listen, I'm loading up my songs right now. I'm gonna get you. Come on. I'm gonna put on a party hat for this.
Okay. How about we do it at your station?
I guess.
I'll be over there. I'm gonna be there.
Okay.
Matter of fact, give me what do you mean intrigue?
I said you can't train pussy.
See, now see, we weren't talking about that.
Well, you said it. You said she didn't train her Uzi, and I was just saying to you, Mr. Williams, you can't train. You can't train.
I see where we're headed tonight.
Yeah, I see it already. I see it all. Well, anyway, as I was saying, you don't want to tell your story. It's a challenge tonight. I will meet you over on your channel. I'll be ready, Freddy.
All right.
Pop goes the weasel, and the weasel's gonna go pop.
Okay. Populator.
Talk to you later, dear.
It's time for the populator. It's time for the populator.
All right, y'all. We're gonna go over Just Read My Book. We got a verses going on, and I will see you guys later. And like I said, thank you all for coming up. Thank you all for coming up. Corina, Aqua, yes, dear. It's Just Read My Book tonight. I'm gonna go over there and have me some fun. I'm continue being my old self, and we're gonna try to make people happy here on YouTube tonight instead of just messing up. With that being said, I don't have anything to close with except love, peace, and aces. And we'll see you on the flip side. Bye bye.